Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 408. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
And Corey Feinside.
Yo!
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners and viewers, to 408. Tony is away on business, so will not be joining us tonight. Although he was going to try, but with the time zone differences, it would have been kind of tough. So he won't be joining us, unfortunately.
It's dinner time there.
Yeah. Well, it's earlier than... No, it's dinner time. You're right. It's 5 o'clock there. So, anyways, welcome, listeners and viewers, to 408 of the Moviecast. We're going to do a deep dive on a movie today. And yes, we're going to make that a pun and talk about Aquaman.
What? Aquaman? What?
Yeah.
This movie doesn't exist.
What we thought we'd do is, because, it's no secret that, Tony, not a big fan of DC. And obviously we're not praising it either ourselves, but this would be a great opportunity for us three to really talk about our expectations of that movie and what we think they should do for it, like what we're kind of expecting, and how we think it's going to do. But we'll get into that in a minute. First things first, we're going to talk about the box office that's going on right now. And in that box office, we had the number one movie in America as a surprise. Oh, this is hilarious. I have to tell the story after this. Is The Meg. That's right. Jason Statham's movie shocked the world and did $45.5 million domestically, blowing away expectations. I can tell you that.
It's pretty
I
much.
thought it'd be a fun blockbuster.
So did they,
movie.
but not
Like
45 and a half.
20 million,
Yeah.
25 million.
No, that's what the experts projected.
Yeah.
It's at least double what they thought.
It's over double, and this was hilarious. Was because on my Reddit forum that I do the box office Reddit forum I follow, the one guy made a statement a long time ago that if the Meg opened and did over 45 million, he would eat bull testicles. So now he's asking people.
Delicacy in some places.
Yeah. So now he's going to actually do this. So it's kind of funny. He's got people messaging him, and he's like, "I'm going to do this, just so you all know." He's like, "I just don't know where to get them from, and I promise you I will." So he'll take a video of it and post it on there at some point, I'm sure. If he hasn't done that already, I haven't been on there today. But yeah, so
He should have made a theme out of it. Like got like shark something.
yeah, something shark related.
I guess it's not as gross, right?
No. So
Probably more likely illegal.
I mean, if you live in like Colorado, they serve them quite often. Isn't that Rocky Mountain oysters? Isn't that bull testicles?
I've not been to Colorado actually. So
I haven't either, but I think that's what that is. So, but anyways, so that was number one movie in America last weekend, and number two was Mission Impossible: Fallout at $19.5 million still, doing pretty good. Christopher Robin did actually pretty good for a second week. Yeah, had a pretty good hold at $13.1 million. Slender Man at number 4 is one of the worst rated movies of the year.
Naturally, yeah.
And Black Klansman at number 5. That was your top 5 list. Not a huge haul for the box office this week, but it's the end of summer. Opening next weekend is Alpha. I don't know how that's going to do. They've been previewing it up like mad, so
Yeah.
We'll see.
The first dog.
Yeah. So we'll
That's the
see
story.
what that does. There's, like I said, nothing really coming out. I mean, you guys interested in Happy Time Murders?
Nope.
That's going to be more.
Melissa McCarthy's not really. I'm not a big fan of her anyway. So.
I don't like her either, and I think this is more of a. This might be a movie like if it's on Netflix, I'll turn it on if it. Bored one night and watch it. I won't actually pay to see this, or use my free movie pass to see this. So, all right, and that's it for the box office. Let's get into some movie news before we get into our deep dive. Talking about last week, this came out and then was immediately debunked. Apparently, about the xmendarkphoenix reshoots. So the reshoots were originally reported saying they were allocating 3 months of reshoots for the Dark Phoenix.
Well, technically, that's not wrong.
Yeah. Apparently, Mike said now it's more than 3 weeks.
Well, they said that the reshoots themselves would be like that long, but they just like blocked out that much time for some reason.
So to make sure everybody's schedules were aligned.
Yeah.
So, again, I'm not 100% feeling confident about my bet now with Corey.
From last week.
Yeah. So
it's leaning towards that's getting released.
New Mutants, I still don't think does, but this movie might get released if they're doing that much in reshoots. But That was a nice conversation we had over the weekend.
I mean, New Mutants was done, and they went and reshot a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, changed the story.
So I don't know. I think that's got to get released too.
I don't know. It's up to Disney at that point. They'll have ownership, so they'll have to decide. But they did say that it was reported they're going to release anything in production or finished at Fox that'll be released. We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, they still paid all these people to make this movie. It's like
they didn't pay them
might
anything.
as well get in Fox.
Yeah, so
like,
Disney didn't pay them
it's
anything.
all done. So
why would you
free money.
Yeah, but why would you tarnish your?
It's not tarnishing anything.
You have the property now. You want it to display the way you want it to display. And if it's not, why would you release it?
Yeah, but it's like under the Fox brand. You don't have to associate yourself with it at all. It's just free money now.
I don't know. This could go direct to
You're
streaming.
still thinking that this is gonna that Fox is gonna Disney's gonna have all of the characters integrated in a year. It's not gonna happen. It's still a ways off.
Not that fast, but
so it doesn't really matter what happens in the next 6 months to them.
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't see them releasing something like that, but we'll see. That's why I don't see them releasing
like that. It's not like a total abomination. These things will make money.
Apocalypse was an abomination. That movie was terrible.
I didn't see it, but
it doesn't matter.
Still made money.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's making money, and again, it's just free money at this point because they didn't spend a dime on it. Technically, they spent $62 million on it, actually.
In fact,
whatever, $1 billion.
It might be good for them to release it, make whatever money, and make sure it's received poorly, so their new direction is more well received.
I still stand by the fact that either way, the first property we see from Fox in the Marvel Universe is Fantastic Four.
Well, at this point, it's a different situation than how you originally said that, but it might be true.
No.
I made the statement. No, as the bet was being made.
You made that statement when you said they were wheeling and dealing together a while ago, trading stuff, but now there's no trade, it's a buyout.
Yeah, but
and when you say Fantastic Four, you're not saying Fantastic Four. You're saying
properties. I said property. Yeah, and I made that clear. Actually, I think I made a bet with Tony. I'm not sure, but there's a bet somewhere written down. I think with somebody, or maybe not. Maybe we didn't finish it or something. But I know that I was saying that will be the first. Oh, I think I did. Yeah, I definitely said first one would be a Fantastic Four property. I gotta go back in my notes, but this is dead air right now. So
I know we talked about. That's already happened with Ego. And the Watchers, so
sort of.
Corey Jim, Justice League, Solo. Oh, I got that one right. That's right. Corey, you owe me a movie. Solo opened under Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
I've been waiting for you to tell me.
I forgot all about it. So, see, this is why I write things down now. But anyways, we don't need this dead air, so I'll look it up. But yeah, so I still say that was going to be. But let's move on. So we have James Gunn again. He's been in the news a few times each week now.
This is all over the place.
He's not a done deal fired from Disney, apparently. They were still going to meet with him and discuss future plans and whatnot.
This is getting into Ben Affleck DCU levels here, where we hear stuff saying one thing or the other back and forth each week.
Yeah,
I'm to the point where I'm just disregarding the news until something definitive happens.
I still think he gets rehired. I still think he does. I don't think he leaves Disney. I think they keep him in the Marvel Universe and they rehire him.
Well, there's a bunch of things here because we hear
a lot of actors defending him.
Well, everyone's defending him. Batista's threatening to quit if they don't use his script. Mm-hmm. Now they say they might not use his script, and he might quit. And then they also said, oh, maybe they'll hire him back, or maybe they'll hire him for something else, but not that movie. And if that happens, will Batista still quit, or will other studios are trying to get him? There's all this stuff out there, and we don't really know anything yet. So it's all up in the air as far as I can tell still.
Yeah, I think he's been approached by a couple of big studios for other films already. So,
they're
not allowed to really talk to him yet because that's.
Well, he had a whole thing at Sony that he was working on that got canned at Comic-Con.
Yeah,
so
that's true. I mean, we'll see how it goes. But every week there's new updates. So
yeah.
All right. What else we have? I put on this news is interesting. Marvel's Runaways on Hulu, that's season 2. It will connect to the larger MCU. It also will be released all in one pack, one launch.
That's the more interesting tidbit than there's a second season.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I didn't even know there was a second season, but all 13 episodes will be released at the same time. They're going Netflix style, which is not Hulu's normal style, so that's good. And then they did say that they'll have a reference late in the season that will probably be our first real breadcrumb that connects us to the MCU in some way.
A reference. They're gonna say. They're gonna say big green guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. They really need to work on that. I don't disagree with you, Mike, about needing to work on the integration. I just like the show for what it is, and that's all.
Did you watch the whole season?
No, with Shield. I'm not talking about. I'm not. Oh. We're talking like I was talking to Mike. And Mike has that issue.
Did you watch the whole season of Runaways?
No, I never finished it.
Mm-hmm.
That one sort of, I think, kind of benefits more from being separate, since who cares about
it's like
these little characters?
A good standalone film, or series.
Yeah,
but I don't know, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. still has the whole, setup that it is part of the universe, but now stuff in the movies.
Well, you get the actor, and you get a couple actors from the films to come in and make appearances. Yeah, you get...
yeah, but it still has stuff that's pretty contradictory that's going on, which is what I was complaining about, and then I was told I need to get over it.
Well, you can complain about it. I don't care. It doesn't affect me in any way. But
I just think
the show is going to be its own thing, and it's unfortunate because hashtag is all connected is not a thing anymore.
No, they kind of dropped that.
Netflix, we really gave up on too. But...
Yeah, well, Netflix just shows they haven't been good. I mean, they've been faltering. So, with how amazing they
even
were,
in the beginning with Daredevil, it's cool to oh wow, this is in the MCU, but it hasn't been.
No. So I mean,
they just have newspaper clippings and say the Battle of New York.
Breadcrumbs.
Mm-hmm. So they're not even breadcrumbs. They're not leading anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, no, they pretend like they're leading you somewhere, but they're not.
Well, maybe this will be nice. Maybe this will be actually something that leads somewhere for this show into the MCU. Maybe this is the new. Because don't forget, Hulu will be future owned by Disney.
Mm-hmm.
So
will everything.
Well, yes, but for now it's definitive.
But it's not like ABC and the Netflix shows weren't before, but they just didn't want to play ball.
Yeah. I don't know. All right, what else we have? Star Trek Discovery, the show I like on CBS All Access. This recast Spock, obviously, because Leonard Nimoy passed away. Well, they also need a young actor, anyways, to play him, because it's set in the original universe's kind of timeline. So, actually, just before Enterprise, because he's still the science officer.
What is Zachary Quinto
lost Mike.
Doing that he can't play him in this show?
Well, I mean, that's what I mean. Different universes. Not hashtag. It's not all connected. But yeah, so they got Ethan Peck to portray the officer. He'll be the officer under Captain Pike, just before obviously at the Enterprise with Kirk.
Wait, was it? I heard also that Chris Pine is not going to be in the next Star Trek.
Really? Where'd you hear that?
That's true.
I don't know. I didn't hear that. Really?
Yeah, I thought I saw that somewhere, but I don't. I was looking for it before I couldn't find it again.
Oh, okay. I thought I was. If you can find it, let me know. I didn't see that. So
there's some contract dispute or something.
Yeah, I think he'll be there.
Wonder Woman.
Oh, they want to give him a pay cut.
Nah.
And he's refusing it.
I mean, you're freaking Captain Kirk. You don't take a pay cut.
He's also arguably a bigger star now than he was then.
Oh, Hemsworth dropped out too.
Hemsworth dropped out. Who cares? You don't need Hemsworth.
That was supposed to be the big thing. Those two in it together again. But I don't know.
But he's dead.
Yeah, well, I think it's a time travel movie.
Well, not anymore. It's not.
Yeah.
Because both those guys are going to be in it, then...
Might as well do your own story. I don't know. All right. Oh, let's get into what we've been up to, guys. I'll lead us off, actually. I just finished Genius Season 1. So, excellent show. Really recommend it. The finale was not fantastic, but because the idea of the show is, colluding on the side behind people's backs and stuff like that and trying to get deals to win. And when you only have two people head to head, it's like, okay, well now this is on the strength of games, and I didn't think the games were that great. They were okay, but not as good as like some of the best episodes in that series. Were far earlier.
Well, like you said, the dynamic of the show really plays on the fact that you have multiple people working and then stabbing each other in the back. Where
which you can't do.
Whittling that down, it's gonna have less and less and less of that. So
So and then like I said, if the games were good, I mean they weren't terrible, but they weren't as good as they were on the show. They like tried to just reuse the old games essentially, and I'm like, they could have come up with something new for the head-to-head matchup stuff, but all they did was use like deathmatch games, and I'm like, ugh. Which is like what they used all season. And I'm like, why would they use these? Obviously, they're heads-up games, but they should have come up with special stuff just for the finale, which they did sort of, but not going to, reveal it all if you're going to watch it. But good show.
The thing is, it's not like a scripted television show. It's a game show, reality show. So it's not like you can build up to a finale as necessarily as easily as you would with a scripted show where it's your
I was actually
story's
surprised.
driving that.
I was surprised that they obviously, like every scripted show, like they have the return cast from people who were eliminated, and like I was surprised that they didn't get certain people to come back for the last episode that were already on the show, and I'm like, they had contract obligations, couldn't be there. That's what that was stated, and I'm just like, weren't they planning on being here at this point? You know what I mean? Like, what would have been booked? I
mean, it also could depend on if it's live or not. So like, maybe they film some stuff beforehand, but then they do a live finale, and that could different.
Be. That could be. So I watched that, and that's pretty much it. Besides, like, I'm getting ready to watch. I'm hoping a good SummerSlam this weekend.
Nice.
I hope so. This is it for me. Like, I really like I'm into wrestling, sort of. I'm getting tired of the same old that they're doing, and I really want something good to happen at SummerSlam that makes it better. Because like Extreme Rules was
SummerSlam's the big one, right? SummerSlam.
It's a real one.
WWE
it's a real one.
fans.
Yeah. It's a real one. Yeah.
It's like you have like the four big ones, right?
Yeah.
So Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and what's the
Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and the King of the Ring, I think.
No, they don't do King of the Ring anymore.
Oh, they don't.
Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell. Do they do Hell in a Cell?
They do Hell in a Cell still.
Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania.
Those are the big ones I can think of right now.
Yeah.
There's another one.
I think there's four. There are four.
I mean, he's got to have the Grand Slam, right?
Yeah, there are four. I just don't know what it is. So, Anyway, so that's really all I've been watching. Like I said, I watched Raw last night. I was hoping
Ronda Rousey's been pretty fun to watch.
Yeah. She's actually, you can see she's enjoying it quite a bit to be a wrestler. It's a lot less pressure than UFC.
And can not get punched in the face and like really badly.
I'm just getting tired. I'm getting so tired of Roman Reigns. Like, I just can't.
Everybody is, man.
So
that's what I hear. I don't even follow anymore.
Yeah,
but I hear everyone's sick of his shit.
Yeah,
dude, it's gonna be Brock Lesnar too. Those two guys.
I'm just tired of both of them. Yeah, both of them. Just stop. I just want Braun Strowman to come down, choke slam on both, and take the belt. So that's really what I want to happen. But we'll see. Maybe something crazy. That's why I want something crazy to happen with that fight.
They need it at this point.
So, anyways,
NXT has been the better product.
Yes. I'd like to watch that on Saturday. That's on Saturday, I think. So it was in Brooklyn, SummerSlam, but tickets were ridiculous for this. It was nosebleeds were like $240. So, anyways, so that's all I've really been up to. Mike?
I've watched maybe an episode or two more of Luke Cage.
Mm-hmm. Any better?
It's like at least something's happening now. Actually, I think the last episode I saw the like first like character sort of like death that happened in this season. I mean, it happens in every Netflix show, I think, where like a character you start out with in the season like dies around the 7 or 8 episode mark. So it happened here. Actually, there were a few. So stuff's happening finally. But still no Iron Fist halfway through, so
that's weird because I heard that he has. I thought he was in it. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't seen it, so I'm just going off of what I heard.
I thought I heard that too. He's probably going to be there, but maybe not as much as I thought.
It would really be a missed opportunity if they didn't have him in it because those two team up like crazy.
Well, at this point, I think like both Iron Fist and Luke Cage should kind of be like how Marvel worked with Thor and Hulk in their later movies and just sort of pair them together because they weren't so strong by themselves before, and you add them together, just to try to balance each other out a little bit.
Almost make like a buddy cop kind of movie show.
It never hurts.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I'll finish it eventually, but obviously I'm in no rush since I saw 1 or 2 Netflix episodes in a week.
Yeah.
I think that's it, though.
Okay. All right, Corey?
Actually have gone back and watched some Chuck episodes.
Nice.
That's such a good show.
It was so good. If they didn't try to cancel it 5 times, it would have been better.
I know. But it's still it still holds up really well, and it's interesting to see him as Zachary Levi in the Shazam stuff now, considering where he's come from, and so it's gonna be good, I think. But Chuck's it's great, and everybody on that show is just real fun to watch. Good from Agent Casey to obviously Sarah and Chuck, and their relationship is really good on screen. And it's funny because sometimes you hear like these actors hate each other, but the on-screen chemistry is like really good, and then other times it's like the reverse or whatever. But it generally seemed like they cared for each other on the screen, and you're rooting for them. So I definitely
Brandon Routh's best role, arguably,
absolutely. It's a good show. And just going back and like last week talking about like Office a bunch and like all these old shows going back to, I was like, oh, you know what, I haven't seen in a while. Like Chuck's a good one to just throw on and stuff.
Cool.
It's hard to find though because it's not on anything. So.
Oh really? I thought it was on Netflix.
It's not on Netflix anymore.
Oh, wow.
So
wow.
Got to go out of your way to go find it.
Wow, did not know that. All right, cool. So I think that's all I've been up to. Let's go into our topic, our deep dive. We're gonna try to we'll do a little Aquaman. We'll see what time's left. Maybe we'll do Shazam as well. But we'll definitely do Aquaman here. We'll dive on in to Aquaman.
Those
okay,
puns out,
I'm done.
man.
I'm done.
Now.
It's out. We're good. So, all right, guys. So we have this movie coming in December here from another DC movie here.
The thing with this one I'm encouraged by is that James Wan is the director.
Yes,
and
I think that's got
Zack
good things
Snyder
going for it.
has not that he has nothing to do with it because he probably has his name attached somewhere. But my guess is he was not a driving force behind a lot of what we're going to see.
The good thing that I think, and it's good and bad, because the good thing I think I can see from, it's like my watch likes to restart every time at this point, every night. My watch just restarts.
My watch is off at this point.
Anyways, it's just rebooting right now. It just shakes my arm when it goes to reboot. So anyway, sorry. Where was I? So I think that this has going for it more already is the fact that, and it's also negative because they just brightened it up like crazy. Now, Mira's wig looks horrible. I hope they clean it up before the end, but they were clearly going for a brighter movie with just that. And so you can see them trying with that already, and I think that's to get rid of the Zack Snyder effect.
And it's going to be interesting because you would assume most of the, well, not most, but a lot of it is underwater scenes where you would have sort of a dark bluish green muted tint to everything. Anyway. That's
a good, I just thought about that. Like, sorry, they trolled people in the trailer by starting off with rain. Dark at night and raining, and then they went into the nice, fun-looking movie. But yeah, I mean, they do have more of an excuse in this one to make it darker, and
and I don't necessarily think that's bad. I think Zack Snyder's problems are more like grabbing every big famous comic book story and throwing them all together and try to get it all at once.
Yeah,
I really didn't think the aesthetic were bad. It's their own thing. It's different, and they went away from it. I think a little bit in Justice League, and that wasn't exactly what they needed to do. It didn't seem like. Yeah,
the only thing that we got. This is obviously the only place we've seen Aquaman so far is in Justice League. I don't know if I'm sold on his bro character.
Well, here's the thing. It's not. Again, I mentioned it before. It's not at all like how we normally get Aquaman in anything we know him from, which is basically the Justice League cartoons, let's be honest.
Super Friends.
Justice League cartoons and Justice for me. That's how I know him. And he's always very regal, straight-laced, and he's not this character at all, which may be good because no one cared about traditional Aquaman anyway. Sure. They're trying to sell this on Jason Momoa and his sort of character that he's built outside of even fiction, and see that his fans.
There's another negative going for it, though. The other thing going for it is Jason Momoa has not proven that he has the acting chops to do something like this yet. He failed with Conan.
My question was going to be is this guy got enough charisma to carry a movie on his own, and we haven't seen that really from him.
No, we definitely haven't yet. And
I don't think charisma would be his problem. I just think.
But it feels so unauthentic. Like when we see him in Justice League, he doesn't seem authentic to me.
To me, he seems just like the actor is there. Like, I don't know. If he seems authentic, it just doesn't seem like
Aquaman.
Yeah.
Yes.
It seems like every other Jason Momoa movie.
Yes.
It's like, oh, well, they put Conan in the water.
Yeah.
I mean, he seems like the guy you see on the talk shows that shows up. He shows you the axe throwing, all that stuff.
The problem with it is like he's just a broke ass Rock too. Like, just feel like every movie he's in, the Rock would be better in that as that character.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I just don't know if I like his take on the character either. I just don't know if I want. I mean, not that I know a lot about Aquaman. I don't know a lot about Aquaman.
Do you like Aquaman's normal take?
I don't know Aquaman at all, but
well,
I just
then
don't like,
what difference does it
because I don't like what I'm seeing. It doesn't matter about Aquaman. I just don't like what I'm seeing.
It's going to be interesting. And again, what it does have going for right now is James Gunn has proven to be a very successful director in the horror genre. So bringing them into this superhero, hopefully adventure-y action movie will be interesting to see what he does. Because we haven't really seen that yet, but I do think his movies are good that he's made before, and so I'm encouraged by that. And he wanted this movie. I mean, it's not like they begged him to direct it. He kind of wanted this, so he obviously had a vision for what this movie was going to be. And I'm encouraged by what I've seen so far. And I know it's very CGI heavy right now.
Very CGI heavy. Yeah. I mean, listen.
It looks better.
I'm going to see it. There's no question. I'll go to see it opening day. We'll be there to see it.
It's very much a curiosity. Like,
yes.
We have this out of character sort of like take on this character that's never been popular. We have all these things happening outside the DC universe going into it.
That's a positive right there. I think the positive. I've talked about negatives going for this movie, but the positive going for this movie is. It's not a very popular, well-liked character as it is, and I think that gives them the opportunity to do something different, to, make a good movie, to do
revitalize it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely think.
And it's funny because Tony mentioned this in a previous podcast, but it's like the reverse of Black Panther, right? It's like this half brother coming in to usurp the crown from the full-blooded guy, and it's like, wait, we're rooting for this guy this time instead of the other one.
Yeah.
So it's like, wait, why do we want this? But I know that the actor who's playing Orm, or how do you say it? Is that his name, Orm?
I don't know.
Well, the brother. Anyway, Aquaman's brother has come out and said, like, the goal of this movie is kind of make a really strong villain, because we haven't really seen that in DC movie.
I like my strong villains. You guys know that. So
so that hopefully they can live up to that, because the words mean nothing right now.
It's Black Manta, right? Is that his name?
No, that's the different guy.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna be in. He was in one of the trailers. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what or how.
I thought he was in the trailer. That's what I thought he was. I thought he was the villain. He's not the villain.
He's a villain, but he's not the main villain.
Okay.
They're probably gonna tease him for later with just a little bit.
I mean, he looks great though. I really like.
Yeah, he looked good.
So. Yeah, they actually. I'm surprised they went for like a comic accurate look for him, because he does look kind of silly with his giant helmet sometimes. But
it looked good in the trailer. It actually did. Good.
So I mean, that's all kind of encouraging, I guess. It's just another thing is I worry about this movie is plot-wise, it's going to have to rely on a lot of flashbacks. I feel like, because they're going to go back and explain exactly why he's not all about being the king of Atlantis.
Well, we saw a bunch of flashbacks already. Well, at least why he's not is because he grew up on the surface world for the most part.
Yeah. Is that true?
Well, but I don't know, that's what I'm getting from this, but...
I mean, he had some training, I guess, apparently, but it's like he kind of shied away from all that, it seemed like.
Kind of just disowned it. I don't know. I think that there's a lot of question marks going for this movie, but... and that's why I think we gave it a point each for the movies hyped, the hype movies, right? Didn't we both give a point or something?
Yeah, hype ranking?
Yeah.
You and I both gave it a point, yeah.
We had to. It was more about, like you said, Mike, you got to see it.
Yeah, and there's also not much else this year. For me, it would have gotten multiple points, because I can't think of any other movie I care to see this year.
Oh, you got to see Mary Poppins.
Do I?
Yeah, dude, come on, we got to see it. It's another one of those.
You gave that a 3, Mary Poppins.
I am psyched to see that movie. I really hope, as long as what's his name's in it? I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
What?
The actor, what's his name? He's got to make a cameo in that movie.
Roker?
Michael Roker, thank you. Yeah, as long as he makes a cameo. But I still want to see that. I really like the original Mary. I'm a big Disney fan. Corey, you're a big Disney fan. I'm a huge Disney fan. So seeing a sequel to Mary Poppins, I hope it's really good. So I'm looking forward to that quite a bit.
Okay. So I heard that Emily Blunt's not going to be in the sequel to Edge of Tomorrow because of some of the Mary Poppins stuff.
Really? That kind of takes away from Edge of Tomorrow then. Maybe Mary Poppins shouldn't exist.
Especially the way that movie ends.
Yeah.
You know? And she just looks like she's like coming up, from the floor and it's like, you. And he smiles. It's like, oh man, now you're not going to get more of them together. And she was great in that.
She was. That movie was surprisingly really good. Very good. All right.
The more Aquaman.
Yes, back to Aquaman. Sorry.
I mean, there's not much else to really say, I guess, because again, it's all speculation.
So are we gonna make guesses on the opening weekend?
Yeah, of course. That's what we do here, Mike.
I know.
Let's go with early tracking so we have an idea. It's got to be early. There's always early tracking, right? Or you just want to go in the dark?
This is pretty early.
I don't know about that. Yeah, we're still like 5 months away.
Yeah.
Or 4 months. Is it 4 months now? Jeez, we're only 4 months away.
Between 70 and 75 million? Is that low? Yeah, that looks like that might be right.
No, without the tracking stuff that you were looking up, Jim. I was going to say between 60 and 80. I know that's kind of a high number to go between, but
it's very early. But let's go
60
with that.
60 to 70.
I would give it. I bet you it opens to. I don't know if it's gonna be good. It's so early. I'll go with 65. 68. I'll say 68. But see,
I'm going to go on the high end. I'll go on the high end.
DC always are front loaded. That's the only thing. They're always front loaded.
Yeah.
But except for Wonder Woman.
I would say 80.
Not the last movie.
I will be optimistic.
80. I'll go 68. And then, Mike, what do you think?
I'm actually going to go lower than you guys. I think the last thing that DC did wasn't like...
Wait, how much did Solo make?
85.
Yeah, something in the 80s there. Yeah. It beats Solo?
Oh, I think it could.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. So.
I mean, I doubt it, but yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm going high with 80. I think that's really.
I'm gonna go with 65.
I mean.
Okay.
That sounds.
Yeah.
That
I mean, expectations, guys. Do we expect this to be good?
I don't expect anything.
I think it could be okay. I don't expect it to be great.
But again, I think James Wan's a good director, and other than Aquaman, I think the other characters could be interesting. So I'm encouraged by that.
I'm going to shock you both, and I'm going to say the movie's going to be good.
I think the best it could be is Wonder Woman level.
I think that's what I mean. I think it's going to be one of those surprise movies that you're like, wow, that was surprisingly good. Just because you're again, I said it earlier, that what it's got going for it is that character that nobody really cares about or likes. So it's you can make a movie out of this I think you can make a movie with such low expectations that are better than that. You know what I mean?
The relationship between Mara, what's her name?
Mira.
I think it's Mara.
I thought it was Mira.
Whatever. Mara and Aquaman, that's going to be a big factor. Sure. And right now, I don't see their chemistry on screen being very good in the trailers. So I don't know if it's going to...
They weren't on the other screen before either. Justice League. Yeah. So, was she in that?
Yes.
Yeah, she was. That's right.
All right. But that wig, man. Oh,
yeah, that
Hollywood
redheads.
It's bad. It's terrible.
So, all right. That's going to wrap up 408 of the Moviecast. Thanks for tuning in. Write us podcast at allygeek.net. Follow us on Twitter, allygeek. Like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tune into the Gamecast coming up. We'll do another deep dive on that one. So, hope to see you there.